Good morning, everybody. We're back at Jennings Forest to do my second hike of the 23 that I want to do this year. This is actually my first hike of the year, but I did one the day before Christmas that I'm going to add to this total because I'm trying to do the Trail Walker program. So I'm going to be going from Knight's Landing to Ellis Ford and back. And that's just slightly over 5 miles. So I'm going to get my shoes on and start heading out on the trail. Well, this is at the edge of the parking lot at Knight's Landing. And you have access to the creek. And a lot of people will bring their kayaks here and launch them or take out at this point. But I just wanted to give you guys a look. Forgot my trekking poles today. So here we go. Look how beautiful. Okay, we are starting our hike. So 2.5 miles. So it'll be a 5-mile hike. I ran over to the Dunn's Farm trailhead yesterday and picked up a couple of the postcards that they have. So the way that it works is you mail in a postcard with the hike that you did, and they mail back a sticker that you can put on your form. And when you have so many stickers, you mail that in, and they give you a certificate or something that says that you accomplished it. So it just gives you something to strive for. Again, we're on the Pioneer Trail, so those are blue blazes. This side of the trail has a little bit more elevation change, so see a little bit more up and down. We are at our first water crossing at Scully Branch. I just saw the back end of 2 pretty good size white-tailed deer. Thought it'd been a little quieter in my walk. I might have had a chance to see them a little bit longer, which would have been nice because I don't usually see too many deer out here. I think it's probably because of the time of day I'm usually out here. It's a little chilly this morning, so I have my bright orange jacket on, but it is January 3rd, I think, and yeah, just a nice, quiet, easy walk, and having a great time. It's a beautiful day outside. It's nice and blue. It's going to get up into the 80s later on today, so I'm glad I got out early this morning and got out here where the temperatures were still a little cool. So I hope you guys are having a great start to your new year. I just got done watching the introduction to a bunch of the thru hikers on the Appalachian Trail on Tara's Treks. So that was really motivational, and I'm so glad that Candy Mama, which is her trail name, does that for all of us wannabes and gonna-bees at some point. So thank you, Tara. And yeah, so as you can see, it is quiet, nice, well-marked trail this morning. Haven't seen a lot of elevation change yet, but and there won't be a ton, but a little bit more up and down than the hike that I did from Knight's Landing to Indian Ford and back. So there you have it. Just heard some rumbling in the woods, but it's too far back for me to see anything. Here's a little bit of elevation. We're going over the Highland Crossing. And we have 1.1 miles to go to Ellis Ford. Well, we have reached the top of Mount Reagan. A little bit of a climb. Not bad. I think these trails are pretty user-friendly. And would encourage anybody and everybody to come out here and give it a shot if you're able to. Okay, let's see what's coming up here. So, in my last video, I talked about Chapman's Camp Zone. Said it was my favorite. So we're gonna make a little bit of a detour and we will get off that trail right there, taking a right turn, and really doesn't add too much more to the trail. But when you see this campground, you will know why I made the change. All right, let's go see it. This is probably one of the steeper inclines. So I'm at the top right now and we're going down that way. But this is well worth the detour. My favorite campground or campsite on this trail. And then my second favorite is on the other side of Dunn's Farm on the Pioneer Trail. But this one is on water and it is absolutely beautiful. This is probably the best time of year to use it because the bugs won't be so bad. So let's go check it out. I'm so excited to show you guys this because I just think it's beautiful. And I will definitely be coming out here and doing a shakedown hike and giving this campground a trial run. So we're just about there. Okay. We are at the Chapman campsite and we still have 0.8 to get to Ellis Ford, but they've just done a great job here in Jennings Forest, making this appealing to everybody and anybody that loves being outside. And then you find the blaze and you begin hiking back out again. But we are over here by the creek. So your water is readily available. You notice it goes around the bend and back out that way. It's got a nice current to it. Absolutely beautiful. So let's go find that blaze and get back on the main trail so that we can make our way over to Ellis Ford. So we came from there and we're going to continue that way, and the campground is behind us, or campsite. So here we go. Let me know what you think about that campsite. I think it's amazing, but I'd love to hear what you think. Okay, so for those of you that don't know me personally and are watching this video, I have been at the same high school for 38 years. I retired on June 1st, and I also coached volleyball there. So one of my players, and I'll get to why I'm telling you this, one of my players lives in Prague, and she is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to fitness and health. And she just sent me a link to a YouTube video that is geared towards stretching and strengthening for hikers. And so I'm going to put it in the comments below if any of you guys are interested in watching it. So let me know in the comments if you got a chance to watch it and what your thoughts are on it. I'm trying to come up with a handful of stretches and things like that that I can do while I'm on the Appalachian Trail in 24 that will help me maintain my range of motion and flexibility. So you'll have to give me some input and let me know what you think. So this is where I came from. I should have went up that hill right there, but instead I went over there. So we're headed up this incline right here. So let's do it. This is a fun part of the trail. It's a lot of winding, little ups and downs, but just pretty. You got the ravine over here to the left and slight incline over here to the right, but just kind of windy and up and down. I'm enjoying it. I am doing a little bit of silk blazing today, and for those of you that don't know what that means, I am running into a couple spider webs. But don't let that discourage you. If you bring a trekking pole, like I should have, I could have used those to break down these spider webs. So, not a big deal. Well, I feel like a ding dong, but when I got turned around over there, I got turned around. And so I started heading back the way I came. So now I just turned around again and, whoops, sorry about that. I am 0.9 away from Ellis Ford. And instead of going down this way to the campground again, I'm gonna go the other direction and stay up. That's why I didn't experience those twists and turns last time, because I was down by the campsite. So now we're gonna backtrack a little bit. We're 0.9 from Ellis Ford, and we are gonna get there. Okay, so this is where I got messed up at. See, we came from there, which is by the campground. I went that way, but why did I not? Oh, I know what I did. Okay, so I came up here and I went that way, and there's a blue blaze right there, and I completely missed it both times. So we are going to the right. I thought I remembered these steps. I don't know why I wasn't looking for them, but my eyes were forward. So just back it up until you get it right. Here we go. I love these overviews they have set up on this trail. We're 0.6 from Ellis Ford. We're at the Taylor Overlook. And that is the view. Okay, let's carry on. I've got an appointment this afternoon, so no lollygagging, especially since I had to backtrack. So we have quite an incline right now. I'm holding this straight out in front of me, and we're going down that way. So hopefully the leaves won't be slippery, because like I told you before, I don't have my trekking poles. Here we go. I enjoy this part. I love the cypress roots coming up. We are going by Tippins Branch, and there is all this water's going out to that overlook that we saw. And I think we're pretty close to being at the turnaround point. Well, here's the parking lot at Ellis Ford. There's a garbage can over there, and then the road goes out that way. I just don't know what road it is. I'll have to do some experimenting, but the trail doesn't go that way. I'm gonna walk you over to the kiosk over here. This is one of the few of them that don't have a box where you can take out maps and things like that. But the trail goes that way, and then it crosses the road and continues on over towards Dunn's farm. But we are going to head back this way. I'll show you the mileage marker, and then we are heading back to Knight's Landing. So okay, so we're going here, 2.4 left. The last time I went from Knight's Landing to Indian Ford, and then Powell Ford. You can keep on going. So we are doing an out and back, which means we're going to one point, turning around and going back to where we started. When I do the Dunn's farm, I do a loop. So I don't see the same thing coming and going. But in order to get this part of that trail done, and if you're hiking solo, you don't have much of a choice unless it's a loop or an out and back. So we are heading back. Well, at least here you don't have a choice. Like when I went and did the Foothills Trail in July, I did a one-way, and I left my car at my ending point, and the shuttle driver named Taz, who's awesome, drove me to my starting point, and that worked out really good. I don't know what's going on today, but I took another wrong turn. I think I'm just deep in thought on so many different things that I need to focus on. So I should have gone, well, let me turn this around and I'll show you. So I came from there. Why in the world did I not pay attention to the fact that those are there? But I stepped right over them. And why did I not see that? I'm supposed to go this way. Good Lord Almighty. My thoughts are all over the place and just been so deep in thought. Well, here's the parking lot at Ellis Ford. There's a garbage can over there, and then the road goes out that way. I just don't know what road it is. I'll have to do some experimenting, but the trail doesn't go that way. I'm gonna walk you over to the kiosk over here. This is one of the few of them that don't have a box where you can take out maps and things like that. But the trail goes that way, and then it crosses the road and continues on over towards Dunn's farm. But we are going to head back this way. I'll show you the mileage marker, and then we are heading back to Knight's Landing. So okay, so we're going here, 2.4 left. The last time I went from Knight's Landing to Indian Ford, and then Powell Ford. You can keep on going. So we are doing an out and back, which means we're going to one point, turning around and going back to where we started. When I do the Dunn's farm, I do a loop. So I don't see the same thing coming and going. But in order to get this part of that trail done, and if you're hiking solo, you don't have much of a choice unless it's a loop or an out and back. So we are heading back. Well, at least here you don't have a choice. like when I went and did the Foothills Trail in July, I did a one-way, and I left my car at my ending point, and the shuttle driver named Taz, who's awesome, drove me to my starting point, and that worked out really good. Okay, well, I'm at the trailhead and have completed this leg of the Pioneer Trail. I'm coming up to the kiosk right now. So I did 5.54 miles. Took me 2 hours and 1 minute with the average speed of 2.8. Stopped a couple times. I'm going to show you on the kiosk the leg that I did. Hold on. Okay, so we started here at Knight's Landing, parked over there, walked over here, came across Scully's Branch, and then came over here, followed it up here. We went this way first to that campground, the Chapman's campground, came around this way, went out to that parking lot there, came back and came back this way. So, and then back to the start. And with the exception of the 2 detours that I took, that was the trail. So I still don't see any other cars out here but mine, but that is where we're at. Had a great day. Thanks for coming along. If you would like to, you can like, subscribe. Love to hear some comments. I'm trying to practice. I'm going to turn this around. If you'd like to leave some comments on things I can do better on these videos, I would love some input, because I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this so that when I get on the Appalachian Trail in 2024, I've got a good handle on making these worth watching. So let me know, thumbs up or not. But had a great time, and now it's time to head home.